Welcome to the Mike and You podcast. This is your boy, the Mike 81602. Hit me up, and finally, I'm back from my man.
I am UNKC. It's about time we got back. Social distancing. It's a little bit more lax now, so we up in the studio.
We still 6 feet apart.
Absolutely.
He got a haircut.
I needed one.
You still can't grow facial hair.
That's fine.
Just like I still can't grow hair on top of my head.
That's
all right, before we start, we got
You messed up for that, by the by. You messed up for that.
Before we start, May is National Egg Month. The Mike hate eggs, breakfast eggs, but he loves eggs in his salad and his tuna.
You got the.
Or as the proper people say, tuna salad. It's just called tuna in the hood, player.
I don't eat it, so I don't care.
But I
don't eat canned tuna. Let's put it like that. But you
know what type of tuna you eat?
Oh, the fresh kind. Golly,
Lord, how much? 816-654-6883.
Got a legitimate problem.
All right, we got National Hamburger Month. What's the best place you ever had a hamburger from? Or what's your favorite type of hamburger? Like you like the bacon double cheeseburger?
I do cheeseburgers.
Same difference.
No, it's not. Don't give me no hamburger. I don't want no hamburger. Cheeseburger only.
No lie, I was at this place with somebody. They said, "Can I get a cheeseburger with no cheese?" And I was serious. They didn't like dairy, I guess.
I've heard people order it, but anyway, town topic. One of the best burgers I've had in quite a while. That's my go-to for burgers. That's
yeah. You work late night, so they the only place open late night.
That's the point.
But it's all good. The Mike like Denny's burgers. They got a big double cheeseburger. Yeah, Denny's.
No,
it's like a homemade cheeseburger. You know the meat fall off the bun, bigger than the bun.
No, I don't need that. I need a good bread to meat ratio here. That's what I need, and then the cheese got to be on point too.
What kind of diet you be on if you be on a diet? Because it is National Mediterranean Diet Month.
Oh, I've heard of the Mediterranean diet.
No, I never heard of it.
It's like all meat, no veg. All meat.
So basically, like a meat diet.
Basically, it's
meat diet. Or you just eat meat?
No, not just eat meat. You eat meat and like green vegetables.
No,
not just meat.
So basically, a normal American.
No rice, no noodles, none of that stuff. You eat meat, fish, and poultry, and then you eat vegetables. Basically,
your all-American family meal.
No.
You know how they supposed to be like, meat, your green beans, your salad, and some corn.
I don't think all Americans. I don't think most Americans even eat that way.
But all American is like a air quote thing. And lastly, let's get serious. National Lyme Disease Awareness Month. Please get checked out at hospitals and stuff like that about anything, especially during this time of age. And I've been watching the Michael Jordan document
Last Dance. It's the Bulls, not just Michael Jordan.
Well, I'm just saying.
Not just Michael Jordan.
They put that as the face of it.
Of course, it's Michael Jordan.
And one of the things was that 2 last championships was against the Utah Jazz and this morning, or last night. I don't read details. Jerry Sloan passed away at the age of 78.
Mm-hmm.
He was a good coach.
He was a pioneer and one of the pioneers.
He had
great coach. I would say
2 Hall of Famers. For all their career.
Had he not come into the time where Michael Jordan was there, he definitely would have won a championship.
He was 78, the great Jerry Sloan.
Yep.
We have a great show for you. We're gonna get to the calls in Texas. I said Texas. We're gonna talk about somebody in Texas. And we're gonna talk about Aldon Smith. Dakota Prescott contract per se, whether it happened or he denied it, or is it coming out, we don't know. And we might get into the black minority hires that we kind of got into last week, but I know that the Mike hate these episodes that we have to do far away.
Yeah,
from each other.
You and me both.
So we gotta get to that. Then we gotta get to the main topic, the AFC predictions, record predictions from USA Today and Bleacher Report, and my very own buddy, you, and his over and under predictions.
I'm ready for that one. I'm ready to see what you got to say about some of these.
All right. So with no further ado, the number is 816-654-6883. You can be a part of this segment, which is the Mike favorite segment. Your voicemails, your text messages, let us know what you think. This podcast is about you guys, not us.
Yeah, this is the Carters, and we had a question we want to throw out there, give a little debate for you guys to ask. Me and my wife's been debating about it for a little while now, and it's more of the debate of Jordan versus LeBron in her eyes. But ever since The Last Dance started, we've been kind of wanting to know if you would take a poll on your website or Twitter handle if you guys think Jordan was actually suspended during the 18 months, or that he was actually going in retirement because of his father. And my wife's main question and point of view was on the whole situation was,
if the commissioner of basketball, whatever his
David Stern,
Michael Jordan actually said if David Stern would like to have me back. So
that's her point of view on the whole situation. Give your fans a little question or your pool and let us know. Thank you.
Hey, what's up, Greg? This is your number one odd boy, Rayvon. You know, I know the question I asked, but I'm going to tell you something. All I know is this. The Chiefs going to get it in. Well, Chiefs going to go ahead and grab that ring. Brady need to sit down, or he going to about to get set down. And that's it, man. And I know one thing is that I'm going to be watching it on Mike and you, going back and forth on this podcast, messing with y'all, man. So it's going to be great to listen to what y'all got to say and learn y'all perspective, man. Again, this Rayvon Odd Boy, man. I'm glad to get this game back on, man. Go Chiefs. Let's stay up.
The Mike and you, this is the R. Now, I'm calling it in regards to this thing in regards to teams will get to move up in the draft by interviewing or hiring a minority general manager or a head coach. I think it's doing the Rooney Rule a very good service. Because if you got a qualified candidate that's capable of doing the job, why not just hire him? That is not what the Rooney Rule is for. The Rooney's put the rule in place for the best candidates to get an offer for an interview and another chance to get the job. Whoever put this stuff in place with this getting a draft pick, moving up 10 or 15 slots, you're doing the Rooney Rule a disservice. And Art and Dan Rooney, they're probably rolling over in their grave right now telling the NFL, this is not why we put the Rooney Rule in place. It just makes absolutely no sense. They need to just do away with that little crazy crock of crap they're trying to do with draft picks. Just hire and interview the best candidates you feel that can do the job. That's just all I'm going to say to that. And also, we already know everybody's giving the Steelers backlash saying we're going 7-9, whatever. Steelers are winning the AFC North because Big Ben is back. And we got that rookie Carpool out of Notre Dame. We got Juju back. He's buff now. James Washington, Deontay Johnson, we are back. So everybody that's giving us all slack and hate, you'll see if we do have a season and fans are allowed to be in the stadiums, we will show everybody why Big Ben has won 2 NFL championships, Super Bowls. I'm going to let y'all have it once it's all said and done. This is the R. I'm out. Still a nation. We're back.
What's up, fellas, man? I'm going to give you my thoughts on this NFL BS that's going on with minorities getting hired for draft picks, whatever. I don't know what their plan is, but this is for my white folks out there, man. Get your motherfucking peoples in order, man. I mean, this is some really discriminated shit, and I'm tired of it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, I'm already pissed off about the young black man that got killed while jogging by 3 white men. And, you know, I'm on their ass on that shit. But when it comes to my fucking sports, man, that shit got to go out the motherfucking window, man. You know, if these black coaches ready to be a head coach, let them decide what they want to do. Quit forcing this nonsense into a sports world, man. NFL, that's next to my church, man. That's where, you know, I relax. Church first, then my NFL. I don't got time for this nonsense, man. So all my white folks out there, man, get some motherfucking people in order, man. That's real talk. You know, I'm tired of this shit, man. If any black coach want to become a head coach, let them say so. Let them prepare themselves. You know? And I'm gonna get on 610's ass, 810 Sports. I'm gonna get on their motherfucking ass personally, face to face, when I see they ass when this social distance shit is over with. Quit asking our head OC coach, man, when will he become a head coach? Let him decide when. He already told y'all over and over again, man. I'm not on that right now. I'm on about what's going on right now. Let the other coaches decide on what they want to do. Quit forcing this propaganda on these people, man. Stop it with the nonsense, y'all. That's real. And I holler, man. I was going to mention also, you and Mike. This is a one nation, not a divided nation. I'm tired of being divided. Watch the deal in the NFL to get their shit together. That's my sanctuary. At the church, that's where I go. Watch the games. You know what I'm saying? Clear my mind off the other bull ass that goes on Monday through Saturday. So, we need to come together and do something about this divide, you know, or people between white and black, or over who get this or who don't get this, or who qualify or who don't have the skills to be a head coach or the knowledge to be a head coach. I don't care. Coaching is coaching, no matter you white or black. Hey, just win. Learn how to win and learn how to coach. Bottom line. You have a nice day, fellas.
Thanks for the calls. 816-654-6883. Before we get into the calls, we got some text message. Same number, 816-654-6883.
All right. So this is from Michelle. Shout out, love a believer. Shout out to you. And I quote, "The whole idea of hiring a minority to get a bonus in the draft is the most insensitive racial bull I've heard in a while from any business." End quote.
She sound like the female version of Brother Tim.
I mean,
Brother Tim.
You want to get started from the top real quick?
Yeah, we gotta go to Carter right quick.
Okay.
No, let's go to Brother Tim right quick.
Since we read that
text,
roll with it.
And you know he's right. It is, and love a believer. Shout out to her. She always feed me good. She be calling me. Hey, I got a plate for you. Oh Lord, have mercy.
Lord have mercy.
Kid? But anyway.
No, we all know when the Mike's birthday is. Thank you.
Yeah, y'all Chiefs won it on my birthday.
We know because
and your
birthday is on a major holiday.
Groundhog Day. You got that right.
Super Bowl Sunday.
But anyway, back to
the
topic at hand. This is very insensitive. I don't know why Goodell even brought that out.
I look, man. I understand where
I understand what he's trying to do.
I understand what brother-in-law Tim was trying to say here. But what they're trying to do is make improvements to an already good rule. The Rooney Rule is a good rule. We can agree on that, correct? Yes. We can agree on that. However, they're trying to make improvements because how many minorities are there out there coaching right now? I think of Brian Flores. I can think of
Mike Tomlin. Your boy Anthony Lynn.
And then you're talking about Washington's coach because he's a minority.
Ron
Rivera. That's 4 out of 32. That's an eighth of the league.
I think
an eighth of the league?
I do think that I'm not pushing the subject, brother-in-law Tim, so don't call me later and yell at me, brother-in-law Tim. But I do think Airbnb got overlooked.
Here's what
in my same breath, I would be like this. Now I must ride this one out for a minute.
That's how I feel. I think
gonna build my stock.
He definitely wants to be a head coach. You see that he's definitely ready for it because when the Wasp play was called, if you looked at the behind the scenes, the mic'd up, you saw who Patrick Mahomes was talking to. Do we have time to run Wasp? He was talking to Eric Bieniemy. And if we look at Andy Reid's past offensive coordinators, especially since he's been with the Chiefs, Doug Peterson got one after 2 years. Matt Nagy got one way too early, as we can see. And then now we're at Eric Bieniemy. So,
well, who says Andrew Walter Reed then sit with Eric Bieniemy and say, "Hey,
who said
I'm going to leave in like 2 years. Just stay here with me, and I'm going to endorse you."
But let's be.
That's how some work.
And I think that's how it should be because I feel like Mike Tomlin was hired right after the Chin left, right after Coward left, and it was the Chin. He was hired right after him, and they had that plan the whole time.
So I would love for Eric Bieniemy, especially when you got a prime future face of the league, bar any injuries, and Mahomes love Bieniemy.
I actually want that to happen.
You know what I mean?
I want that because I've always thought good organizations have a succession plan.
And
the Baltimore Ravens always had a succession plan, and DeCosta took over right after. Come on.
Who, Newsom?
Ozzie Newsom left.
He said his name
after what's his face with Coward.
Tomlin
with Coward. The good coaches have succession plans, and I believe the Patriots are going to hand it over to Josh McDaniel when it's time.
But I do think that Andrew Ross Reed might say, "Hey, Clark, I'm going to step away from the football coaching staff, and I'm going to go up in the ranks."
I hope so.
You know what I mean? Become president of football operations, something like that.
I don't see Andy just in terms of being me, because I do think it's bull. I'm with Tim on that aspect that it's sad that we even have to go through this and have to talk about this. But hey, this is the world we live in right now. And Andy Reid, I do believe he would like to test his GM skills. But that's going to be, I think he's going to be his consultant.
Yeah.
Andy Reid
he's going to be a consultant.
Don't know how to step away from
football. He's going to be the president of operations, somebody like Coughlin in Jacksonville.
And let Veach do his thing?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
And Veach still have that ear
control and have his ear. I got you.
And one thing about this whole situation before we go to the Carter, you can do the right thing. You can try to do the right thing, but the wrong way.
You can do the right things for the wrong reasons, or the right reasons,
but the wrong way.
I agree.
And I think that's what Goodell's doing. Let's go to Carter. It's funny. Carter's a good friend of mine. We go out to Hooters, me, him, and his wife.
You stay at Hooters, bro.
I know. I've been knowing them a long time.
Hooters?
Well, trust me, I know Hooters. I got 5 kids. That's the joke of the day. Joke of the episode. We good people, and it's funny. He's a Chiefs fan, diehard Chiefs fan, and his wife is a Raider fan, diehard Raider fan.
Hey.
And they're a lovely couple. Do I think Michael Jordan got suspended? He referring to The Last Dance, the Chicago Bulls documentary, docu-series, whatever you want to call it. When he left for 18 games, I think he left because of his dad. Like, his dad was no longer there. He just took a break from it. And also, if, you know, the reference of if David Stern would have me back is because that's like the Chiefs losing Patrick Mahomes right now. At the height of almost the height of his career, coming off the Super Bowl, right?
Right.
And he just abruptly just leave. And, you know, that's the face of your franchise. And do you feel good with, what's that backup called? Matt Moore? Or
that's Chad Henne.
Chad Henne, Matt Moore.
Matt Moore's gone, bro.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you feel comfortable with Chad Henne?
Ta'amu, maybe.
Jordan Town, yeah. But I'm just saying, he was the face of the NBA at that time.
He was the face of major sports at the time.
He took over from Magic and Bird when that phased out 80s. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So he was, and he just walked away in the middle of his prime.
For me, do I think Jordan was retired or suspended? I think it's both. I think it could be a little bit of both. I think that the threat was there for suspension because as David Stern, who wants to suspend the face of the
NBA,
the NBA, the National Basketball Association? This dude is our greatest player right now. Magic's on his way out, or Magic's out, Bird's out,
Dr. J been out.
Dr. J gone. He is our league right now, and I don't want to suspend him, but I have to keep everything above board and straight line. So maybe the threat was there, and Jordan had been in the league, 9 years at that time, and being the guy, we see how much that weighed on him. So yeah, maybe he was already contemplating retirement because of his father passing, being brutally murdered, and no one knows what the situation was. And I think at that time he might have found out. They might have arrested the guys, but
they did
by that time. But between that and the threat of retirement and the promise that he said he made to his father, I think it all might have worked out around the same time. So I'm not throwing. I think it could have been both. But I really do think it's both.
But David Stern ain't gonna suspend him by 18 months.
It wasn't gonna be no 18 months suspension, no matter what. But it would have been some sort of suspension that he didn't want to serve, so he just didn't do it. He got options.
Well, he still did it.
He got options.
If it was a suspension, he still did it.
Right. But for real, you got options. And speaking on you got options, Deshaun Watson, you got options.
Don't sign it. I'm saying it. Don't sign it with the devil, Deshaun.
I'm saying it right here. I know it ain't got nothing to do with it, but Deshaun, you got options.
Anything else from the Carter?
No. We'll try. We'll put a poll out.
Odd Boy, our favorite rapper, Odd Boy.
What's up, Sam?
He's saying the Chiefs gonna repeat.
It's
hard to argue. It's hard to argue.
I mean, when you bring back, look, the players are there. The players believe they could win it, and I think they could.
I know I ask you every time we speak of the Chiefs. Chris Jones gonna be here the whole season?
Who?
Chris Jones. You forgot him already?
I thought you said Chris Young. I'm like, who's Chris Young?
Chris Young is a
country singer. Yes, I'm coming over.
And Chris Young was a baseball player for the Kansas City Royale. Yeah. His fastball was like 55 miles per hour. And couldn't nobody hit it.
I was like, I don't know if we should be mentioning that Chris Young. But
will he play the whole year?
In a Chiefs uniform? Absolutely. Yes. I think he will.
All right.
I think he will.
And the aura.
It'll have to be an offer we can't refuse. 2 1s, I'm saying. 2 1s. I'm not saying what we got for Frank Clark. I'm talking better than what we got for Frank Clark.
The aura. Shout out to the R. He was in Kansas City last weekend. I got to see him.
I didn't get to see him. But then again, I was in quarantine, so.
And I'll be in quarantine too.
When I tell you I'm in quarantine, because Xander, he's got his situation. So, we was in straight up lockdown mode, like really.
Trust me, I know.
Yeah.
No podcasting.
No podcast.
From unless it's long distances.
It was tough. But he said the proposal is a disservice to the Rooney Rule, the Roonies. And of course, he has a soft spot for the rule because the Roonies are
his favorite team.
The owners of his favorite team. I agree about the disservice to the rule.
There's a lot of teams that do disservice to the Rooney Rule already.
Absolutely.
Like, you already know you're not gonna hire the black trainer from the Seattle Seahawks.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Oh, I get it.
So they'll interview him for the job. Normally, they ain't gonna get it.
You're wasting guys' time.
Basically.
And that's the part I can't stand. There's a lot of things I can get and can't get. I mean, there's a lot of things I can lose and can get back. Time ain't one of them, and you're wasting my time. He also said the Steelers will show why Big Ben is a 2-time Super Bowl champ. And I said, because of the defense?
Yeah, that is true. Because the offenses.
The offense under Big Ben, even when he's had top 10 offenses, they ain't got nowhere close. Well, they got close to the Super Bowl, AFC championships and stuff.
So the Auras listen to the podcast, right?
Mm-hmm. I ain't bagging on your Steelers. I just don't think they're going to be as successful in the 2020 season.
He texted me, right?
Yeah.
Wow, fam. Can't believe you talking trash about Juju from last week's episode. Right? I didn't say nothing bad about Juju. I just said Tyler Lockett showed that he was the number one, was very impressive as the number one, opposite of Juju. Juju wasn't impressive last year as the number one.
He wasn't.
So I wasn't taking a shot at Juju.
He didn't have a great quarterback, or I think Big Ben's going to need somebody this year, so I think he might depend on him a little bit more.
The question is, can Juju stay healthy this year? Because he was a little bit banged up last year and missed a couple of games.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, I didn't expect Lockett to be the number one guy in Seattle like he was. You know how you can have somebody a number one guy, but they don't put up number one guy numbers, or you didn't think they was a number one?
You didn't think they were capable of being the number one.
Yeah, and that was Lockett last year for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't bashing Juju the Aura, so chill out, player.
I'm not bashing the Steelers.
He got bashed the Steelers later on the predictions.
I just find it tough to think that there is an extra spot of the playoffs now, and if they had it last year, they would have been in the playoffs. So hopefully that helps.
Thank you. That's the text and voicemail segment, 816-654-6883. You can be a part of. We about to get ready to transition to Aldon Smith. So we have Aldon Smith. Don't quote me on the years. He's been away for like 4 years, something like that, 4 or 5 years.
Something like that.
He's finally reinstated. He looked much healthier. He signed with the Dallas Cowboys.
He sounds focused. I mean, I have all hopes that he will be ex-Mizzou star.
Can he be as? I know I asked you this last time we talked about when Dallas signed him, about a month or so ago. Can he play at least 50% of the talent he had? I mean, at the pace.
I think he can have 50% of the talent.
They got a nice little line. They got McCoy with him. And they got Poe. They got that. I was about to say Donald Lawrence.
No.
What's his name? DeMarcus Lawrence.
DeMarcus Lawrence.
There it is.
I think they got one. They could potentially have one of the better D lines in football right now.
Oh yeah.
I still have faith in Aldon Smith. I think there were things he was doing that wasn't just because of his physical capabilities. I think he was just football smart, and he knows what he's doing. So I believe that he's gonna be all right in the league.
So we switching from the defense side of the Dallas Cowboys to the offensive side. So there's a rumor going out. Chris Sims put it out there.
Mm-hmm.
That Dakota was either offered 5-year $175 or they're gonna offer him 5-year $175.
Does it have anything in there? And Dakota is Dak Prescott for y'all, because every time he says Dakota, the first name I think of is Dakota Fanning. And he's not talking about the actress. Dak Prescott, obviously he's not, because this is not an actress podcast. But anyway, I don't know how, like, the guaranteed money I never hear. And that's what I want to hear. But
they said that, also per source, that 5-year $175 million was the average of like $35 million or whatever for he to be the highest paid ever.
That is, I think it was $40 million that he's basically going to be the highest paid ever. And then, but I heard he wants that 5th year option to be like buku money. I want to say like $45 million for that last year.
They never get to the 5th option.
That's not going to happen, even if it does. But I think he wants a clause in the contract where he gets good money if for some reason they don't pick up that 5th year.
See, I don't get it. If I'm a football player who has the worst contract ever in all the sports, who played the most violent game of all the sports, I would want all my money in the first 2 years. Just because I know I'm going to be on the team the first 2 years.
I'm not interested in working for free. You know, I'm not interested in working for free.
Listen.
I am here. Like, if I get a $30 million contract and I don't for 3 years, and I want $15 million for 2, and then I work that last one for free. If you understand what I'm saying.
The last one be $15 million, bro.
Not for $30 million. The
said the first two was 15.
The first two 15 each. That's what I meant.
Oh no! What I'm saying is, a lot of these contracts where you get $20 million this year, 20. Then all of a sudden you get 45 that last year.
You ain't gonna make it to that.
I know. And what I'm saying is, I want the 45 first. Then when it's farther off, 20 mil. I'll take 20 mil my last year when I'm 36, 37. Yeah. So you gotta cut me. I ain't missing no money.
In the NFL, yes. In the NBA, different story.
Yeah, NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball, guaranteed. It's guaranteed no matter.
There you go.
You injure, you get cut, they pay you all your money.
And the way Dak is playing right now, it's not garnering much trust with the NFL, with the Dallas Cowboys. Jerry Jones. I'm trying to think of his son's name.
Daniel Jones.
Is his son's name Daniel?
Oh, that's not the quarterback. His
son's name is something. It's Jones. Because he's the one.
Steve Jones, I think.
That don't sound right either. But he's the one running football operations right now. Allegedly. Of course, you know Jerry going to have his hand in it. But
to the day he died.
At some point, Jerry's not going to be able to do it. And I think that could possibly happen within this contract. Then what? You're not garnering much trust with your organization. But again, I want to know the guarantees of this contract.
So we're gonna switch gears right quick to the AFC predictions.
Let's go ahead and take a break real quick, and then we'll go ahead and switch gears.
This break brought to you by absolutely nobody. You
can do it. Hit us up.
816-654-6883. We got to start off with the Aura AFC North. How about that?
It is what it is.
USA Today has it Ravens 13-3, Steelers 11-5, Browns 7-9, Bengals 5-11. Bleacher Report did theirs prediction like the week before the draft. They have this: Ravens 12-4, Steelers 10-6, Browns 7-9, Bengals 4-12. So let's go with the Bengals. 5-11 USA Today, 4-12 Bleacher Report, and you say the mic says 5-11.
I say 4-12. I'm with Bleacher Report. They got a lot of work to do. A lot,
especially with a second-year head coach.
Yeah, coaching staff is consistent with the first year, but of course we're talking about a new quarterback, so who knows? Sound like they've been tampering all offseason, but hey, you know.
It's no news unless it's the Patriots, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Browns 7-9 in USA Today, and they're 7-9 in Bleacher Report.
I have 5-11.
I got 8-8, man.
Nope. I mean, I like Kevin Stefanski, the new coach. I just like the wide receivers,
but I want them to go.
They're the same wide receivers that they had last year.
Yeah, I just don't like Baker Mayfield. Well, I like him, but
you don't like him as the starting quarterback.
Yes, or I don't like his
the leadership style.
Like, yeah, why are you going after media? He could get talked out of his game.
He's sensitive. I mean, sometimes some people are sensitive, and I'm okay with you being sensitive. It's just don't let it affect your game like that. But he does.
All right,
but yeah, I got 4-12.
Let's go Steelers.
5-11. I'm sorry.
Steelers 11-5 in USA Today. Steelers 10-6 in Bleacher Report. The Mike got them going 10-6.
I got 9-7. I had to take away. I was going to go 10-6, but I took away one game because I figured they'll lose a game early that they shouldn't have lost because of the rust that Big Ben has to knock off. So 9-7, they'll make the playoffs.
Ravens 13-3 in USA Today. Bleacher Report got them 12-4. The Mike has them 11-5.
I actually have them 11-5, but I think I'm gonna bump it to 12-4. I think they got nothing but better in the offseason. I think they were the number 1 seed last year. They got the least amount of changes to the team in this division. They had a strong season. They picked up Calais Campbell. They picked up my boy from the draft, Patrick Queen. But I do think they'll.
They got my boy J.K. all day.
Okay, I'm not really. I think J.K. Dobbins is good, but I don't.
I like that
in this offense. In this offense, he will thrive absolutely.
And they can run. They should run 50 times a game.
But if J.K. Dobbins was anywhere else, I don't think he'd be that great.
They got Lamar running. They got
yes.
Mark Ingram running.
Yes.
And they got J.K. all day.
So I mean, originally I said 11-5, but I think 12-4 is apt.
All right, we're gonna go to AFC South. The USA Today got the Colts 11-5, Titans 9-7, Texans 8-8, Jaguars 3-13.
Okay.
Bleacher Report has them Colts 8-8, Titans 10-6, Texans 9-7, Jaguars 2-14. We start with the Jaguars. I say 3-13.
The Jags. I originally said 7-9, but I'm taking that back. I say about 5-11.
I got 3-11.
Because I don't know. I just don't know if Minshew's the guy. I mean, I like him, and I hope he does well.
I just don't think they build him around him.
Absolutely, I agree with that.
I think Minshew can be the guy,
but then,
and when I say be the guy, he can average 20 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. That's a good season, in my opinion, as a quarterback.
2-1, yeah.
So, but I don't think they're building around him offensively or defensively.
D.D. Westbrook. Is it Westbrook?
Yeah, he's still down there, ain't he?
Yeah. But anyway.
He ain't got no tight end.
Chris Conley, no tight end. They still got what's-his-face that they got from New York, the offensive lineman.
They still trying to trade Fournette. And
I don't.
His option.
It's kind of the odds are kind of stacked against him, but I'm hoping he does well.
He saw flashes last year.
He does have Jay Gruden as the offensive coordinator, which I believe in Jay Gruden as a coordinator as opposed to a head coach. And so
Jay gonna be the head coach pretty soon.
I think so.
We gotta go Texans 8-8 in USA Today. Bleacher Report got 9-7. The Mike hope they. Well, see, this is sad because the Mike like Deshaun Watson.
I love Deshaun.
He's a good guy.
I love this
genuine guy. But the Mike sees them going like 6 and whatever.
Ooh,
6-10.
I got 9-7. I still think they'll be in contention. I still think they'll be in contention in the AFC South.
Brandon Cook's gonna get hurt.
Brandon Cook's always hurt.
I'm not wishing he get hurt.
Brandon Cook's always hurt. Will Fuller's always hurt. They just picked up Kenny. Kenny Stills, right? I think it's Kenny Stills.
I'm about to say they had Kenny Stills.
Yeah, I think so. That's their big three.
And then
this not gonna work out.
I don't know which David Johnson is gonna show up.
It's not. David Johnson is his. Unfortunately, I think his best years behind him.
I do too. So then the defense taking a step back.
He did improve his O-line. Look, with Bill O'Brien, it's like O'Brien giveth when he went out and got Laramie Tunsil and everything.
But you paid that
then he took
$22 million a year, but you don't want to pay arguably the best wide receiver in the league.
Did DeAndre Hopkins ask to get paid?
He was about to.
He probably was about to for sure, but did he ask to get paid?
Nah.
So he just gave him away. Like I said,
because he didn't want to pay him though.
I don't think Bill O'Brien has that. I don't think he's that intuitive. I don't believe he's that intuitive. And even if he was,
he didn't want to pay him.
If DeAndre Hopkins was going to ask and you trade him before he even asked, what does that say about you? It doesn't mean you're intuitive. Wait till he asks, because you haven't equipped Deshaun Watson to do anything. Wait till he asks. Get this season out of the way, and then he can ask.
The worst GM ever, and he made gentlemen look like Brad Beach, man.
That's what we're saying when we was talking about Deshaun. Think about your future. Deshaun, think about your future.
Whew. All right, let's go to the Titans. 9-7 in USA Today, and the Titans was 10-6 and winning the AFC South and Bleacher Report. I got them 9-7.
Same here. I had 9-7. They finished 9-7 last year. They finished 9-7 last year.
For some reason, I thought they was like one of them teams that were like 7-9.
Nah,
and made the playoffs.
If I'm not tripping, they were 9-7 last year.
That's probably was.
And they haven't. To me, they haven't made moves to make me think they'll be more. They'll be better. But they also have made moves that make me think they'll be worse. So I think they're good.
All right, last team in the AFC South. USA Today got the Colts 11-5, and Bleacher Report got them 8-8. The Mike has them 8-8.
I originally wrote down 10-6, but I'm changing it to 9-7.
I can see that.
9-7. I think they do have a strong team. I don't think they have a strong quarterback, but I do think Phillip Rivers can be better here than he was in the last years over in LA.
I know you're going to crucify me for this.
I don't crucify anybody, baby.
I think they downgraded at the quarterback position.
Why would I crucify you for that?
I think Jacoby Brissett could have got the job done with this team.
I think Jacoby Brissett could have got the job done over Phillip freaking Rivers.
He
could have got it done for a lot less than $30 million a year. Right. $30 million?
Yeah.
Nah, he could have got it for less than that. Absolutely.
So that's my take on this. Like,
use that money elsewhere.
Yes.
So no, I'm not crucifying you for that. You got plenty of other takes I crucify you for, but not that one.
Can't crucify Michael. None of this takes, baby. AFC East. Y'all ready?
The AFC least.
This ain't the NFC. This is the AFC, baby. AFC best, baby. The USA Today got Bills 10-6, Patriots 8-8, Dolphins 6-10, Jets 5-11, and Bleacher Report was smoking crack on this one. They got the Bills 11-5, Patriots 4-12, Dolphins 5-11, Jets 10-6. And we got started off with the
Jets.
We started off with the Jets. 5-11 USA Today, 10-6 in Bleacher Report. With your favorite coach of all time, Adam Gase.
Ain't they in a situation where they trying to trade Jamal Adams and you talking about 10-6 for this team?
That's Bleacher Report for you.
You crazy. You absolutely nuts.
I got them 5-11.
I got them 6-10. 10.
Bleacher Report has them 10-6.
Do they think Sam Darnold? I need to read this Bleacher Report situation.
He ain't gonna get modeled this year.
He wasn't still. I can think of 3 games he was really, really good. I can think of 2 games where he was alright. I can think of the rest of them where he either missed or wasn't good. And who he throwing to? Don't give me the line.
Crickets.
Don't give me the line. So I'm just saying.
Dolphins, USA Today 6-10, and Dolphins and Bleacher Report 5-11. I see them going 7-9.
7-9. That's exactly what I have. I mean, they still building. They got a lot of talent. They got loads of talent.
And if they build on what they did last year.
Right. I don't know if Tua's going to play this year. I think you could test the waters and try to put him out there.
I just pray that he stay healthy.
I just want him to stay healthy. I think he'll be the best quarterback out of this draft class. I think he is that guy, but I also don't think you should throw everything on him at once.
But at least they be playing in their record-setting crowds of 0 down in Miami.
Oh, please. Them the ones going to be there.
They ain't had a season. I mean, they ain't had a sellout in 50 years.
I'm out here. I mean, they are competing with the beach, so, I mean, let's be real.
I know. Miami and LA shouldn't even have sports teams for real.
But I'm hoping the best for Tua. I think Tua's going to be great. I really do.
All right. USA Today, Patriots 8-8. Bleacher Crackhead reports, Patriots 4-12.
Have the Patriots ever experienced a 4-12 or not winning season?
Not with
Belichick.
I think they're going 10-6. Honestly,
that's a bit much. I think
the system is
Belichick. 9-7. I mean, you know, it's not horrible, but
I think 10-6.
I think Stidham can get it done. Otherwise, he would have drafted. Oh, by the by, is he replicating? It seems like, because I didn't get your opinion on this, not like I wanted to. Seems like he's wants to replicate what he did with Aaron Hernandez and Rob Gronkowski. Yes, he just drafted 2 tight ends. So.
I wish he would have drafted Moss. I like Moss out of LSU, of course, because he's out of LSU.
Of course, LSU got it.
But he probably is. You know,
I think so.
A lot of safety blankets.
Not to mention,
and you just keep marching up the field.
Not to mention, he still has a good defense.
Yeah,
a good defense.
Even though we lost Calvin Noy, which hurts my heart.
Yeah, I'm surprised that was a thing. I'm surprised
he got 3 rings. Go get that money, Player. You ain't getting money in New England.
No, not in New England. You got your rings, though. Congratulations.
Bleacher Report. USA Today. Bills 10-6. Bleacher Report. Bills 11-5. The Mike got them going 10-6. So them and the Patriots gonna be tied 10-6.
Bruh. No. Nah, I got them 8-8.
That's better for my Patriots.
I still got the Patriots winning the AFC East. I don't know why I don't feel good about the Bills. I'm not saying they can't. They got Stephon Diggs and they got.
I think your concern is my concern, which is really not our concern, but the way we feel is because we both. I think I'm speaking for you as well. I don't believe in Doug McDermott.
It's something.
Sean McDermott.
That gotta be it because I just don't understand why I don't feel good about the Bills. I don't hate Josh Allen. I do not like dislike Josh Allen.
And they got a decent defense.
And then him with
Diggs.
I think he could be. I don't want to say dynamic, but I like a tier below dynamic. I think he could do it, but I don't know why I don't like McDermott.
But and
I'm not even saying I don't like him. I just something about it.
If you put Bill Belichick with the Bills, I think they go 12-4.
Ooh.
I'm talking about you just change the coaches.
Wow. I don't know about
all the philosophies. That. I know about that.
I don't know about all that.
Bill Belichick is the GOAT, baby. Now let's go to the last division.
The AFC best.
AFC mess. USA Today got the Chiefs 12-4, Broncos 9-7, Chargers 9-7, Raiders 7-9. Bleacher Crackhead Reports got the Chiefs 13-3, Broncos 9-7, Chargers 8-8, Raiders 9-7. We're gonna start with the Raiders.
So, okay, go ahead.
Okay, on Bleacher Report, they all 500 or above.
I said that's what I was listening to.
And USA Today got the Raiders the only one with a losing record 7-9. All right, so USA Today, USA Today,
yeah,
got the Raiders 7-9. Bleacher Report got them 9-7. The Mike has them 8-8.
And we're talking about the Raiders.
Las Vegas Raiders.
8-8 sounds right. I tried the rationale of them getting 10 wins. I can't. 8-8 is where it's at. Because I think Derek Carr's not going to lose them games, but I think
they almost made us look smart last year saying they was going 8-8.
Yeah.
So they had that last season skid.
Yeah. I just think something's going to happen where they're going to lose 2 games. Because I don't think Derek Carr is going to lose in 2 games. That dude is the Trent Dilfer of the modern era. Not going to lose your games, but he ain't going to win you none either.
Chargers 9-7. Before that, Raiders going to get a healthy Josh Jacobs back. So that's good.
Josh Jacobs.
He take a little load off
man.
Carr.
Yes.
And they got decent receivers. You got to go off the play action. But anyway, Chargers 9-7 on USA Today. Bleacher Report got the Chargers 8-8. I got them like 7-9.
7-9, absolutely. Because I don't think. Come on, what's his name? QB. I almost wanted to say Davis Webb.
Herbert.
Not Justin Herbert. Tyrod. I don't think he's the guy at it anymore. I just don't. I know he worked with Anthony Lynn back in the day, but I don't think he's the guy.
You don't think Herbert's gonna start?
No.
With that high pick, you gotta start.
They ain't gonna start him. They're gonna Patrick Mahomes him, man. If they can, they are going to Patrick Mahomes.
But you don't have no Alex Smith.
They think they do in your boy.
Well, if you had Alex Smith, I can understand why they moved up to get Patrick Mahomes, because Andrew Reid saw something in him.
Why do you think they? Because I said,
you had Alex Smith that you knew you was gonna get 11 wins out of.
You got 11 wins out of him. He was on the last year of his contract. Before you had to extend him, they went out and got. Why do I want to keep calling this dude Joe Webb? Tyrod Taylor. They went out and got Tyrod Taylor because he worked with Anthony Lynn with the Bills. I don't think it's going to work out like they planned. I think Justin Herbert's the future. Just put him in now. Let him take his lumps. And then...
just like...
Because I do think Anthony Lynn's on the hot seat a little bit.
He's on the hot seat because... Not because of his coaching, but because of his team actually performing.
Yep.
And I think the same team for the last 5 years. I know he only been there like 3 or 4.
He got one of the best young safeties in the game. They got a good wide receiving core.
Good running
back, Melvin Gordon and Melvin Ingram. Melvin Ingram.
No, Eckridge.
No. Eckridge. I mean,
yeah, Eckridge. Well, I don't know his first name.
Yeah, because Melvin Gordon's gone to the Broncos. Well, now they don't have 2 head. I gotta figure out.
But my
Austin
thing is,
Eckler, that's his name. I had to figure out how that's gonna work. But I still think they got one of the most talented team paper wise in the NFL.
But they're not gonna perform very well.
I don't think so either.
And it's really not their fault.
And it sucks because I like it.
Because sometimes you can put the pieces there, but they're not the right pieces.
I agree.
Because of the talent per se.
I agree.
Especially when it gets Chiefs 2 times a year.
Twice.
But the Broncos 9-7 in USA Today, and Bleacher Report they got 9-7 as well. I got them 8-8.
Same here, and they might squeak out 9. Now they do have a dynamic young receiver. I can't remember if it was off the top of my head. I can't remember which receiver it was. It wasn't Mims, I don't think.
Then they still got your boy at tight end, Noah Fant. Now they got
I like Noah Fant.
Now they got a 2-hit. Shout out to Dale putting Noah Fant on my map.
I mean, I'm surprised Noah Fant doing his thing before their other tight end that was drafted in the same draft class with Noah Fant.
That's down in Pittsburgh, I think.
Pittsburgh? I can't remember. But what's his face needed Noah Fant more than the other quarterback needed
Drew Lock.
Drew Lock needed Noah Fant.
And one thing about
safety blanket.
And one thing about Chargers, right quick. I know we're on the Broncos. Mm-hmm. If Drew Lock didn't get hurt, they would have benched Flacco a lot sooner. Cause man, he broke his index finger or thumb.
Yeah.
And I think after 2 bad games, they would have started. And I think that's what they need to do with Justin Herbert. Just put
Flacco had bad games.
And
Flacco would have never been in there with the Chiefs against the Chiefs if Locke was ready.
Locke was still hurt or just now coming back.
He was transitioning his way back in, and I believe they should be doing the same thing with Herbert. Let him learn. Like, there's something to be said about game experience as opposed to
practice,
as opposed to manufacturing a learning experience for the quarterback. Patrick Mahomes got here in an organic learning situation, and they knew Alex Smith was going to teach him.
The ultimate profession.
Yes, going out to get a guy like Flacco and try to bring that to mentor the young guy. It can work, but it doesn't really work that often
because he didn't want to do it in Baltimore.
He didn't want to do it in Baltimore, and that's the same.
That's a red flag right there.
I mean, that's the same with the Phillip Rivers thing, and they're now trying to make the transition to Justin Herbert. I think sometimes you just gotta let them go out there, and then you just get them the learning experience.
Now you can keep Tyrod Taylor as the backup.
Tyrod Taylor would be perfect backup, honestly. It'd be the perfect backup. I mean, they might not have the same style, but the learning curve, he won't have to worry about that because he worked with. I think he's good at the backup. Come on, man.
And now we're gonna go to the reigning AFC champions.
The reigning
defending Super Bowl champions.
Say it again. LIV. Let's go.
USA Today got the Chiefs 12-4. Bleacher Crackhead Report got the Chiefs 13-3. The Mike got them 12-4. Only because they're gonna lose a game that they shouldn't be losing. That's the Chiefs. For the life of me, been in Kansas City since '83.
I think 13-3.
They always lose one game that they ain't supposed to lose.
I mean, yeah, but since you've been in Kansas City, we ain't never won a Super Bowl either. I mean, this team.
I won it on my birthday.
We just won it. So, we're trying to figure out if this team, from the looks of it, they are better. And they are poised to win. And they also poised to win.
And right now, from what all they saying and even what all they tweeting and stuff about, they still focus on the season.
Not to mention, they
hangover.
They party hard.
They party hard.
They party hardy.
But what I'm saying is,
and yes, I said party hardy.
But it's over now. They all admit the party's over now.
And you still,
you know what I mean?
They drafted it. I think they drafted a safety, if I'm not tripping. And then they got Juan Thornhill coming back. And I just tweeted out yesterday that I hope Juan Thornhill comes back pissed off that he didn't get to play in the Super Bowl. Because if he does, with Honey Badger on the other side, we could have a dangerous backfield. And I'm looking forward to it. But what you say you had him at?
I got him 12-4.
I think whether I want 12-4 or 13-3.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they 15-1, 14-2.
You crazy? I'm not putting that on them.
I'm just saying.
I want to see it, and I think they could. I think that one loss will be to the Baltimore Ravens, but
it's an early game in the season.
It's an early game, and yes, there's always some sort of hangover, even if you've been. Y'all probably know what I'm talking about. Even if it's just a headache. That headache can debilitate you in a way where you can't focus. They'll win the opener, but I think that Baltimore Ravens game, the Baltimore Ravens going to throw the kitchen sink at them too. Know that.
Here's the deal.
Yes, sir.
About your hangover, Carolina Panthers, where they might come in.
Carolina.
I'm just saying, Carolina Panthers have no business playing with the Chiefs, but they come in. We just playing the Carolina Panthers. We just went off our natural talent, and sometimes the other teams like that bite you in the butt.
I'm trying to think of
you see what I'm saying?
Another game that was like that, but yes, I agree with you. Definitely agree.
But I'm not saying they're gonna lose to Carolina Panthers. I bet that they don't, but that'd be the game that they probably would. You know what I mean? It's teams like that
I think
some players get up for some teams. Some games.
I think we can lose to the Raiders one time. Sounds weird for me to say. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's gonna be either Raiders or the Broncos. We're gonna drop one of those games because we're playing twice a year, and I'm factoring in injury. I'm factoring in
the timing of the game.
Yes, and so with the uncertainty. With maybe them switching around games, I figure we'll lose one today at some team in the AFC West, but who knows?
Let me ask you this.
That basically concludes every team in the AFC. But
the league announced, and the teams per se, they all announced their playoffs. Preseason schedule.
Mm-hmm.
So we definitely getting.
Yeah. Definitely is not the word we want to use, but go ahead.
No fans?
I think the NFL is going to be the one to try. They have so long that they haven't. They got. The NFL season comes at a perfect time during this corona situation, COVID-19. I think if any team was going to have, it'd be the NFL. Because baseball's talking about coming back, and if they come back, it'll be
mid-season
in like July, June,
with less games.
And so that means that they would have tried things and failed, and maybe tried things and succeeded. And the NFL's going to look at that and they're going to say, "We'll improve on it and figure it out." $1,000. You might not recoup $1 million. You might not recoup your $500 million, whatever it is you're losing. But $100 million, what they say, one bird in the bush is like worth two in the barrel, or I can't even remember what it is.
Let me ask you this.
I'm gonna cut that out.
There's no cut now.
We don't edit nothing, baby.
Hey, quit stealing my catchphrases. Hey, but also. The NFL once again stole my buddy Vincent Kennedy McMahon idea.
Why? They stole Vincent Kennedy McMahon's idea. What?
They about to put
about to have their shell. They
about to have another official crew up in the skybox and review crew.
Yes.
So once again, XFL Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
Yeah.
I just hate that he's just folding the whole league now.
Oh, he's still getting his money.
I know. But
he's still getting his money. Maybe the NFL
should got that $200 million contract with Fox.
Maybe the NFL should take some what's name from that. By the by, have you heard about anybody taking out the insurance policies off on the season after this? The premiums gonna go up. We all know that. It's a pandemic. Premiums always go up after the situation.
Go up with no situation.
That's true. But it's worth it for them to get the same thing that Wimbledon did, and get the insurance, recoup something, and then maybe you can do that. But I think after this is over,
this could be
do that. Tom, we're going a little bit long, but we ain't been together in the studio for a while.
Listen,
cut us some slack.
Don't judge me, people. I'm not.
Too late.
I'm not wishing. No
Too
death.
late.
No, serious. I'm not wishing no death that happened on people. But this could be a blessing in disguise for the NFL owners. Like, after Patrick Mahomes get his contract, I think there's going to be no more all this $200 million contract. Especially with no fans there. Because you're not bringing in your money no more. You see what I'm saying?
No. I think
no fans. That means, let's just say Arrowhead. On any given Sunday, they're gonna coop about $5 million for 8 weeks, right?
You're gonna get your money. Otherwise, they just gonna have to find rookie talent.
No, but what I'm saying,
Patrick Mahomes,
I'm talking about there's not gonna be no more $200 million contracts handing out. They're gonna be a lot less.
Deshaun. I'm not saying. I think Deshaun's got the skill, but if he's willing to play Dak ball, like Dak's doing with the Cowboys, I think he can pull $200 million out of it. After that, no. After that, I don't believe anybody else can go on $200 million.
No, but what I'm saying is,
unless we get to inflation, and that's 2 years down the road.
The team owners ain't gonna sit here and keep signing all these big contracts.
They have to,
and they're not gonna have no money coming in from the fans.
It's just 1 year.
I'm just saying. And what if it happens again?
What if it happens again? What if it don't?
I'm just saying. We have to wait and see.
We're talking about billionaire owners here. And it's
cheap billionaire owners.
Man, we're not talking about billionaire owners where it's like all of this money is coming out of their pocket. We're not. And all of this money isn't coming out of their pocket. They got situations in place where it ain't coming all out of their
So
mouth.
will you sign me to $1 billion?
I'm not signing you at all.
You signing me.
I'm not signing you at all, brother.
You already signed me.
So anyway.
To a 4-year deal.
Yeah.
You got to re-up next year, buddy.
Okay.
But seriously, they're not going to keep signing all these talents, whether it's be $100 million contract here, $80 million, $50 million, $40 million, $60 million. You know what I mean?
With the cap, nothing. Everything's going up. Everything goes up every year in this pandemic is an anomaly. It is an anomaly.
But
everything goes up.
They're not going to keep dishing that money out.
Billionaires too.
They're not going to keep dishing out that money.
I disagree. Because they're going to get their money. They're going to recoup the money. This is a speed bump. This is, in fact, not only is this a speed bump, but it also brings, to me, in my opinion, what I see and what I'm willing to wager on is that this is going to bring them, this is going to bring that hunger for football back. This is going to bring that hunger for football back. Ticket sales, just when tickets went on sale for the Chiefs, everybody talking about which game they going to. We just got off of COVID-19 shutdown. And people talking about going to games.
Yeah, y'all going to be right back on.
I'm not going.
Well, the government ain't going to shut it down.
I ain't going.
The economy going to stay open.
But they going to open this team back up. So they going to make this money. By the time we have the season, they got enough time to recoup that money by concessions with all that, with the necessary precautions.
So I'm just saying, the necessary precautions say 50%.
50% of something is worth better than 0% of nothing.
But what if
or whatever? 50%.
But what
of
if they shut it down? Like,
they ain't shut it
I'm
down.
talking about the NFL not gonna shut it down. But what I'm saying,
the government ain't gonna shut it down.
What if the guidelines is too graphic? Cause you know them seats is like 1 inch from each other.
Okay.
And
you feel the half the stadium. 2 in the hand is better than.
But what
1 in the hand is better than 2 in the bushel.
They still losing some money. But
they still losing money, but they still making money. You know, that's just free money at this point. It sucks that you got to do stuff to.
I do
even
think
still, even also, let's throw this out there. And you know what? We going long for real. This is like an hour and 30-minute podcast. But
break it down 2 segments, folks.
Hey, make it a Last Dance series. Just had like I said, there's too much money riding on this for them not to make money. They're definitely going to make money. This ain't the NCAA.
NCAA make money. The players just don't.
That's all. So it's enough money to go around. They just had.
I think the merchandise going to go up.
It has to. The thing about sports is no one's losing interest because everybody wants to watch it. We're talking about.
It's a scapegoat.
It is. It's just the way to get your mind out of it.
But maybe the TV deal is going to get way richer now.
TV deals got way richer. And it's going to be more streaming.
That's why never been fired because he's making them more rich.
It's going to be more streaming services. And at the end of the day,
I wouldn't be surprised they start their own NFL streaming service.
They need to. I'm just throwing that out there. But
all sports should.
We have discussed expansion teams. We've discussed that. Yes. And they want to put one in London or in Mexico. I'm not a fan. I don't think it'll work either. But
Mexico can work. The great state of Canada can work.
I don't know.
America's nuclear state.
I don't think that. Yeah, I don't believe it'll work in Europe. But give a few
unless
years.
You have a Europe league.
Dale's gonna make
your Super Bowl champs in America versus your European champs.
Nah,
but the real football is more popular in Europe.
I think Adele's gonna try to make that happen. But
Mexico and Canada is the only 2 countries that make sense if you want to say you're international or whatever. Because Mexico, you can drive there or fly there, and you don't have to give them a day off.
I'm just saying, even if you expand the ownership by 2 owners, you make a little bit of money that way because they got to buy in anyway. So,
forget 2 owners, spend 8 teams, baby.
You crazy?
Might as well get one in every division.
You crazy, bruh.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this question right quick. And I know nobody probably listen because we going on and on.
On and on.
Your pizza is back. Are you?
Jones KC, absolutely.
Did you have one last time?
Yes. I was actually surprised at how mild it was. I thought it was going to be like super salty, just because pulled pork and all these things. But
if they didn't mix it out, have a pre-mix in the gallon already.
Thank you.
I would have got a brisket pizza.
I wanted a brisket pizza.
My pizza, I got one, but it's,
no.
Actually, that barbecue pizza is better than I thought it would be.
But their barbecue pizza is not bad, but I'm not waiting on that. Like
unless you want to sponsor a pizza, then we'll
wait on it all day. You hear me? All day.
Until next time, be safe. Please, remember, Fat Mean is Greasy.
Deuces.